How did I get here? It all started with a journal. A journal I bought at an old thrift store. A journal I wasn't supposed to have. You're not allowed to have any thoughts here. You're not allowed to be a person. These emotions were what made me write 4 little words. Down with Big Brother. I wrote it over and over until I could no longer write. My heart raced because it was so new, so different, so dangerous. You're not allowed to show your thoughts here, to live, to be human. It's hard to be human with a little telescreen hung up on the wall. That's what life is in Oceania. Thoughtless. You pass a stranger on the street, and after you catch one little twitch, you know he's a goner. No thoughts, no emotions, no truth, just lies. That's what my job is. I rewrite anything and everything Big Brother predicted wrong. Books, magazines, poetry, newspapers, anything. I take the truth and change it into lies. If Big Brother tells you there are 13 minutes in the hour, you believe it. If he says 2 and 2 are 5, you agree. Eventually, they blend together, and I can't remember which is which anymore. You can't care about people. You can't love people. Yet I hated a girl for the sash she wore around her waist. She fell, and I almost decided not to help her up. But I am human, and I did. Everything really changed with a note. I waited till I was in my office to read it. Was she a thought police? Was it a trick? I convinced myself that it was. But I was wrong. And her name was Julia. Just as thought was illegal, human connection was too. We began to see each other in secret. We took a train to nowhere where no one would find us. And that's where my life began to change. Afterwards, Julia told me how many of the parties she'd been with. I wasn't mad. I just couldn't believe others were alive too. Our relationship was different to both of us. To Julia, it was life. It was fun. It was just her way of expressing herself. To me, it was the greatest thing I've ever done, my rebellion, and I began to feel alive. We rented a room together, a room without a telescreen. It was one of the few moments I grew to cherish in this godforsaken life. Eventually, O'Brien, a man who we thought was part of the Brotherhood, set up a meeting. I told him about our affair and how I felt about Big Brother. And he listened. But I never should have told him. The thought police found us through a hidden telescreen in the rented room. They dragged us away, apart, and I couldn't help but think about Julia and what would happen to us. He tied me up and sat me down. He asked me what I would say if Big Brother told me 2 and 2 was 5. I said it was 4. But the party says it is, he said, but I refused. With the press of a button, he shocked me over and over hundreds of times, but I wouldn't give in. But it was too much. Eventually, I came to realize that he was right. He was always right. The party was never wrong. Thinking for myself was ignorant. Being with Julia now felt repulsive. 2 and 2 was really 5. And I really did love Big Brother.